Welcome to the Happenista HookUp with myself, Jenny Garrett, and today I'm speaking to Sarah Houldcroft. And I want to tell you a bit about Happenistas. Happenistas are engaged in the Transformational Happenista Project, an online program and a unique tribe of women who make things happen in their own unique way. These interviews are an opportunity to get to know them better and connect. So welcome, Sarah. How are you?
Thank you. Hello. Yes, I'm very well. Thank you.
Oh, good. It's wonderful to see you. It's been a while.
It has. It's good to be back.
Good. So tell us a bit about you, your journey to where you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, it all started really when I decided that I didn't want to go to uni after all, although I had a place. I actually wanted to go out and start working. And back in the sort of late 70s, early 80s, really the kind of only option was to become a secretary.
Okay.
But in fact, that was a great start for me, and I became a secretary PA, and I've worked at that for more years than I care to remember or admit to.
And were you using a typewriter? Was it typewriter days?
I learned on a manual.
Wow. Oh, those are sought after now, you know.
I know. I couldn't use one now, but then I was quite speedy. But and then obviously where processors came in, and I worked for a number of computer companies that were starting out then, but it was always in a sales and marketing environment, and I really enjoyed that. And I worked for a number of companies, and obviously I did my corporate stint and all the rest of it. And as quite often happens, the PAs then would end up actually writing their bosses letters for them. So I learned how to write. And then later on in my career, I actually did a stint abroad. I lived near Munich for 7 years, and I taught business English to directors, secretaries, which was really quite fun.
Yeah.
So, but then everything changed for me in 2006 when I became a single mother of a 6-year-old. And then, of course, a full-time job was impossible. I was working around a school run. I had problems with the holidays. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to carry on doing things the way I was, because I was exhausted running around between school and work and all the rest of it. Yes. So I then became self-employed, and I became a VA, virtual assistant. And that was back in sort of 2009, 2010, when there weren't so many of them around. And I used to have to explain to people what I did. But it was a great way to be able to juggle my son and my life.
Yeah.
But then I decided that I needed to find a niche. And I discovered a course which I took, which was an online book marketing course. And I thought, aha, this will combine my love of books with my work. Yeah. And that's how I started working with authors. And then through that, I learned all about all aspects of self-publishing, of the publishing industry, how things were changing within the industry. I was able to pull in all my sales and marketing knowledge and everything else that I'd previously done, and even my writing, all came together perfectly, actually.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years ago, one of my authors that I work with on a regular basis said to me, well, why don't you actually become a publisher? Because I was basically doing everything that a publisher did.
Yeah.
So I became an independent publisher.
Amazing.
And that's Goldcrest Books. And now I also coach as well, and use all that knowledge to help mostly business ladies, actually. I do work with some men, but mostly business ladies, so that I can sort of give them the benefit of all my knowledge to help them with their books.
Yeah. Now, isn't it amazing that at the time when you became a single parent of a 6-year-old, that you know, a difficult time, what that has, actually blossomed into, because the necessity made you become self-employed, ahead of the curve as a virtual assistant, and then that becoming now a publisher. That's an amazing journey, really. If you think about that little seed of an idea blossoming into an amazing tree. And I know that
I had no idea this was where I was going to end up, but I'm really pleased that I'm here.
Yes, yeah, and I know that a couple of our Happenistas, Lily and Victoria, have used you and had such an
Yeah,
amazing experience to publish their books. So,
yeah, great
I mean, that's really wonderful as well. Yeah, so well, really exciting to think about where your own journey and the fact that everyone's career nowadays, you can't predict really where it's going to go, can you?
No, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't. I mean, I would never have been able to predict where I'd end up.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So really exciting. So what are you excited about right now? What's exciting you in your career, in your life? What's coming up? What's next?
Well, I've got a number of projects on at the moment.
Mm.
I'm working on an author website because I actually create websites, but only for authors. So I've got a great one. I've just finished one, and I'm just starting on another one. And I've also got a poetry book, which is going to be in English and Hindi.
Oh my gosh!
Which is rather exciting, and I'm going to be sort of illustrating that a little bit as well. But then my two sort of main projects that are really exciting me is I'm going to be publishing a book in probably the next couple of months. It's a rather special colouring book for business women. And I'm just working on the graphics for that at the moment.
Yes,
so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
So there'll be more about that on my website
Well,
later.
I can imagine that's quite difficult because I've got a couple of those adult colouring books and they're quite intricate usually. So yeah, there's
Well, this is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be an inspirational book for business women. So it's going to involve quotes from business women that I know and have met and who have inspired me in some way. So it's going to incorporate those as well. So there's one or two other elements to it as well. So it's going to be a good book.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. I really do. Yeah.
And then the other thing that I'm quite excited about is I haven't done one of my book ready boot camp sessions for a while, and this is a 16-week book coaching course for business ladies who want to develop and grow their business with a book, but they have no idea how to do it, and they actually don't even have an idea for a book.
Oh gosh.
And so we start really at the beginning and find the idea and develop it and get them writing it, and then I tell them all the things that they need to know about getting their book together, and then at the end of it they should have a sort of like basically a first draft, and then I can give them the options of what they can do with it next. So I'm really excited about that. That's just a small group though. I only have sort of 2 or 3 ladies at a time because I like to get personally involved. So although it's online and we have calls, the calls are with me and it's a group call, so if there's just the 4 of us as a maximum, there's plenty of time for me to answer their questions and for them to ask questions and that kind of thing. And that sort of personal involvement is important to me. Yeah. So that's starting in April.
Okay, very exciting. So yeah, I think you do need to be guided through the process of writing a book. I found it really useful when I wrote mine, and I think someone who actually wants to give you some as close to one-to-one service as they can is invaluable actually. So yeah, absolutely. So we're part of this Happenista tribe, and we can always grow our tribe and our network a little bit bigger. So I wonder if there was a person, a skill, a quality that you would like to add to your network, who or what might that be?
Yeah, I actually like to collaborate with others. I found that really useful, and so what I would be thinking about is my authors and what could be of use to them. So there may be somebody out there that, for instance, already has a program that helps with maybe social media or some aspect of marketing that would be of interest to my authors, and could be something that I could then offer through Goldcrest Books to grow the services that I offer myself without me having to actually do absolutely everything myself and run myself into the ground. But sometimes there are people out there who have a particular service that would be really interesting to the authors and writers that I work with.
Brilliant. So that's a wonderful ask, and I think collaboration is definitely the way forward, or else we burn ourselves out. And you know, we can do so much more together. And I'm sure when people watch this, you'll get some people coming to you and saying, "Yes, I could help. I could help." So, as a publisher, someone who you know, reads so many books and has a love of books, if I was going to find you in a bookshop, if you said, "Meet me at Waterstones Piccadilly," where would I find you? Which section?
Oh, well, probably to start with, I'd go through the door and I'd be running around like a mad thing. Going, oh. But if I had to really sort of, think about where I was going to be, you would probably find me in the romance section.
Oh.
But I also like a good gritty crime novel.
Okay.
So I think probably my ideal sort of book or bookshelf would be sort of historical romantic thriller with a hint of sci-fi in it.
Oh my goodness.
I read all sorts of stuff, and in fact I get sent books from all over the place, from all different authors to review, and some of those are thrillers, some are real sort of gritty adventure stories, sort of Alistair MacLean type things, some are sci-fi, and I love reading them all.
Lovely. Yeah, so it sounds fiction, generally in the fiction section.
Probably, although if there was a steam section, I'm rather, steam railways are kind of in my family history, so I have a bit of an interest in steam as well.
Yeah. So really, we wouldn't know where to find you. We'd have to put a tracker on you and
probably would actually, yes,
track you around that bookshop. So you've been a member of the Happenista project for a little while now. I'd love to know what made you join, and what do you get from being a part of this tribe?
Okay, well, it started. Oh, excuse me. It started when I was looking for a business coach, and then I discovered you online, and so I made it my business to get to a conference where I knew you were speaking, so that I could listen to you. And once I'd listened to you, I was completely blown away, and I knew that you would be a right fit for me. So then the Happenista project was a sort of a natural next step after we'd had the coaching together. And I think it's just a great group of business women who share their thoughts and ideas with each other. And I think it's the sort of network that's really important in terms of developing your own business, because you sort of feed off each other and you bounce off each other, and I think that's really important, and it's very inspiring to be amongst a group of sort of like-minded business women.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it is very, very special. So tell us, if we're maybe thinking about writing a book, we might even not have the idea, but we've always wanted to write a book, or we've written a manuscript and we want some help, or we're thinking about our book marketing, or if any of those things, how could we get in touch with you?
Well, you can visit my website at goldcrestbooks.com.
Okay, yeah, lovely.
Or you can email me at publish@goldcrestbooks.com.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. So goldcrestbooks.com is the place to find you. And we've got lots of wonderful women on the Happenista project who can definitely say how amazing you are, which is brilliant, because that's what you want. Sometimes you can go quite blindly into these processes and not know the questions to ask, or not know if the person's actually been able to help anyone. You've come validated by us.
Thank you.
Really, really great. Oh, it's been wonderful to speak to you today. I'm sure you're going to get lots of inquiries about books and book publishing, but also about collaboration too. And I think that's a wonderful ask to think about collaboration. Have an amazing day, and thank you so much for
Thank you very much, Jenny. Same to you.